I've played with all of them. Will's a great competitor and obviously a great quarterback, leading those guys at Ohio State to an undefeated record. But yeah, I feel like over the years, just going against him at practice, there's a few things I can see from his game that he'll give away. But nah, man, like I said in the beginning, he's a great quarterback. I'm just really excited to go out there and compete against him.
So he actually mentioned you in a press conference last week that he was looking forward to seeing you on the other side of the defense.
Really, just seeing him like just grow as a quarterback. I mean, there was at one point in K State before I had got there that he wasn't getting a lot of love, like he was receiving a lot of hate from our fan base, and then just seeing him grow and mature as a leader. I say early on in the 2022 season when Adrian fell and got hurt, and then just ultimately leading us to that Big 12 championship and overcoming a lot of the adversity that he came through. So I mean, it's just just an testament to who he is and as a man and as a follower in Christ, man. I'm really proud of him. That's my guy. I feel like just so I just really just say seeing him grow into the guy he is today.
What would you say what would you say he's like as a leader, having been the leader, one of the leaders in the Kansas State locker room? What is he like as a leader of a team, and what qualities do you think made Ohio State wanna take the leap to go bring him in to go be the leader of their team as they're going to try to win a national championship right now, just like you guys are?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's not a fake person. Like if he says it, then he really means it and he's gonna go out there and do it. So I mean, he's in the trenches with the O lineman, talking to them with the skill, running with them. I mean, he does everything he says he's gonna do. So that's what a lot of that camaraderie came to be at Kansas State was just through him and through all of us believing in him and coming together. So like I said earlier, he's like a fierce competitor. So it's always great to have a guy like that around on your team.
If I remember correctly, my memory serves me right, and I also have to always check. You start in Paris, Texas, right? That's the correct city name?
Yes, sir.
Little bit different than Paris, France, right?
Oh, for sure. Polar opposites.
So talk about kind of that experience growing up and playing football there. High school football in Texas is hardcore. What was the experience kind of getting started in your journey and getting into this game that you're now having so much success in?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a completely different world than Paris, France. It's a small country town. I think we have about, I want to say 25,000 people there. Small little high school, just country town. But yeah, I played quarterback my whole life. I played quarterback, and then my senior year, we were going in to my last season, I had no offers. And I was gonna play triple option quarterback, a wing T quarterback. And my coach said I could play defense. I was like, yeah. So they had me starting at Mike linebacker going into that summer. And then my cousin slash best friend, Jalen Henderson, was playing DB. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll do that. So I got switched to safety. And yeah, that's from there. I had a camp in that summer and got offered from a Division II school, Southeastern Oklahoma State. And from then on, like that whole season, I got a whole bunch of Division II offers and had a successful, I'd say, high school career.
So how did Texas A&M-Commerce come about? And there's not much out there about your journey at that school, so you can fill those gaps in for me and the entire audience. But I don't even I have very limited. I lived in Texas, but very limited knowledge of Texas A&M-Commerce. Where is it? What was the connection there? What was that year like?
Yeah, so at the end of my senior season, it came down to like three Division II school, or really two Division II schools that I was thinking about going to. One was Southern Arkansas. Well, I don't even remember the town. It was Southern Arkansas, and it was in Arkansas, and then it was Texas A&M Commerce. And Commerce came in very late, but Commerce is literally 25 minutes away from Paris. Like it is not, it's not far at all. It was a small Division II school at the time, and my family was just so excited because we grew up right next door to them, and they wanted me to go there. But yeah, I ended up going there, signed there on signing day. I came in as a true freshman. I backed up the starting free safety, but they ended up redshirting me, which was fine with me. But the only problem was that at Division II at the time only get partial scholarships, so I ended up paying, like I was still paying for school, and I didn't want my family to have to go through that. So I used all my graduation money, so they didn't have to pay any for that. And then that spring semester 2020, that spring semester 2019, I left, and that's when I went to my junior college.
Did they play football in 2020? Because not everyone did.
I wanna say they did, but it wasn't that many games. I know in my junior college, we played a total of, like, I wanna say 6 games in the spring. It was weird. COVID was weird at that time.
So you really didn't play much of a season in 2020 at all.
Oh,
2019,
no.
it was you went there, had the
Mhm.
experience, had to pay. I think that a lot of people that do have to pay their own way are in a position where, your family has to pay. You kinda go into one of the things that you get to go to JUCO with, I think that Diego Pavia talked about this on our
That's my
show. Coach
boy.
is, we had just talked to he and Eli last night.
Yeah.
We talked to him preseason, and what they accomplished last week was pretty, special. But he
Mhm.
talked about his experience at JUCO over 2 years. I'm not sure if you probably wouldn't have seen him in his he was all the way in a different part of the
No, yeah,
map.
we were in the same conference. I
So
played him twice.
oh, wait, so let me try to get the map. I'm just not a JUCO. We can see here, not a JUCO
Yeah.
expert. So Diego's playing JUCO around New Mexico, right?
Yeah, New Mexico Military Institute, NIMI.
And so where is that in comparison to Tyler?
Oh, it is like I wouldn't expect anybody to understand unless you were like you said within the JUCO system. So NIMI is yeah, because we drove there. It was 11 hours away.
Okay, so that is really far.
Yeah.
I was right. I feel
Yeah,
better
yeah,
now.
you're right. But yeah, it's really far from us. But yeah, they're in our conference. We played them all the time at TJC.
No way. So you guys would have lined up. Like you actually have like the same path in JUCO because he would have
Yeah.
played both of those same 2 seasons
Yeah.
and then gone in his case to New Mexico State, in your case to
Hmm.
Kansas State. So what are that's cool. So what are your memories of playing Diego? Not a lot of people have gotten to see, JUCO Diego won a national championship.
I'd say just like they ran kind of like they ran kind of like a military office. They were like kind of wing T-ish in a sense. So I think that's why he didn't get that many offers, like any like power fives. But Diego was like he's like a general. Like he knows how to use his offense. He was just like that missing piece. You know what I'm saying? That could just get his running back the ball, tight end the ball, receivers the ball. He knew how to work their offense really well. And but yeah, we would go head to head all the time. I liked him a lot though. Diego's a dog. He reminds me a lot of Dylan. But yeah, I like Diego. I always dapped him up after the game. It was always good battles with him. I remember, like you said, the year they won the Natty, we were playing them in the conference championship, and I'm not gonna lie, they got after us. But
Oh, so
yeah,
you played them in that run up to the national championship probably then if you
yeah,
were playing the conference championship.
yeah, yes, played them twice that year.
And so he was a pure runner. So that's where
Hmm.
all that comes from. If he was playing the wing T, he
Yeah,
was just running the ball. So when you look at that Virginia Tech game where he ran it
for
like
sure.
24 times, that's what he's used to. And so
Yeah,
he's a what why is it like I see it with my eyes. Why is it so hard to defend him? Because you could see that like he had the Alabama defense. These guys just like for like 2 or 3 quarters of football, Alabama shut down Georgia. But they
yeah.
had no answer for him whatsoever.
Yeah, like I said, he's just he's just a competitor, and he understands like his scheme so well and how like players fit within it. I'd say like him and Max Duggan and Dylan, like those were three quarterback and Will at K State. Those were like quarterbacks who understood like they didn't have a lot, but they did a lot with less. Like especially Dylan at OU, he didn't have just the most craziest receivers, but he did a lot with what he had. So I feel like yeah, like you said, it just he understood the scheme and all the plays within, and he's done a really good job.
I know you had the COVID year. You said you played a few games. Was it quick for you in 20 when you got there to kind of get your bearings playing safety? Because that's still you only backed up at Commerce. You played a little bit of defensive back your first. It's only your third year playing on defense at JUCO that year.
Yeah, so even at Commerce, like what like me being a backup, I didn't even get to like so the thing about Commerce was this is funny, like when you got redshirted, you didn't dress out. Like how you get redshirted now, it's treat the freshmen like kings now. When I got redshirted, all of us freshmen sat in the stands like we were fans. Like we sat in the stands at Commerce and watched the games. I kid you not. You can look up a picture of me at Commerce. I had no jersey number. We shared lockers. All the freshmen shared these wooden lockers before they got remodeled. And yeah, so then I left there and then I went to TJC. But yeah, like you said, I only played I say a handful of games. I had actually hurt myself in 20. I had rolled ankle, and then we go to 2021. It started off fairly slow, I'd say, and then I had a couple of friends from the 20 season that went to UTEP, and so I started picking up traction and just saying like I'm gonna just fight the process. Like I don't care what happens. I'll go Division 1. I don't care. I'll make it some way. And I end up getting a little bit of traction with UTEP because of my friends. They just kept talking to their coaches every day. And from UTEP, it just kind of skyrocketed after that. I was trying to do as much as I can. I remember Hawaii was at one of my games, and I wanted to do something special, so I caught a one-handed pick six, and I ran right in front of the coaches, like trying to celebrate and show them, and they still didn't even talk to me. Hawaii, but
That's a bummer because like that, like I mean, it ended up working out, but like I'm sure as
yeah.
a player, like Hawaii is not the worst place to go to.
No,
It's kind of
no,
nice
not
over
at all. So, yeah, but that was really it, and it just that whole season just, was what it was. I ended up going to Kansas State. They came in at the very end of my, like, recruiting process. I was committed to North Texas, but then I ended up decommitting. It was, I can't even remember the coach, the guy from OU, he came from OU, he played fullback at OU, but I can't remember him. But anyways, yeah, I decommitted late and just went to Kansas State from there.
How did Kansas State emerge like that? Because that's a pretty crazy like jump to go from would have been, I think, Conference USA at that moment. North Texas, they now are in the
Yep.
American Conference and building an exciting team. But that's a pretty big jump from Conference USA to not just a Big 12 team, but a Big 12 team with a winning pedigree that ends up going on to win the conference title that year.
Yeah, I mean, because the year before, I think they had went 8-5, played at LSU, and I didn't even do any research. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't do any research on K-State. I just seen like every JUCO guy's dream to go Power 5 for sure, especially go to Division 1. But Power 5 was like amazing. So I was like, man, I don't care. Like I don't care how many safeties they got. I don't care who's coming. I'm gonna take the spot. I just want to go Power 5 and play at a big time level. And I knew they played Texas and all the Texas schools that didn't offer me. So like I got to get them back. But yeah, they at the very end, literally, we had a bowl game, a JUCO bowl game against Coffeyville, and they had called me before the game, and I told them, "Yeah, I'm just getting warmed up for a game." Called me at halftime, and then offered me on the bus ride back. So yeah, it was crazy, and then I got to go up there, check everything out, and loved it. And yeah, that's where I went at a JUCO.
What was your kind of first impressions of Kansas State and Manhattan, Kansas upon arriving?
Yeah, especially on my visit, like it was snowing, and like we didn't really get too many, like I mean it'd get cold in Texas, but like cold dust in Texas was anything below 65, so like it would get really cold in that spring at Kansas, but I really enjoyed it. Like it was a small town. I want to say like 55,000 people, and everybody showed a lot of love, especially if you played a sport. They showed you a lot of love. So yeah, I fell in love with it instantly. Like as soon as I was on my visit with my mom and dad, we fell in love with it. The people there, the coaches there, and it was just a good environment. And like I just had a overall a great time there. So that's where I made the decision. But they have the only problem about Manhattan, Kansas is they just don't have a lot of like restaurants. I mean, they have a decent amount, but just a little bit more like a Hawaiian Bros or something like that would make it a whole lot better.
It's a pretty incredible thing to go from one Power 5 offer to 3 interceptions, I think it was, in a shortened season starting for them. So, let's fill in the gaps there between I'm out there picking off Big 12 quarterbacks and
Hmm.
one Power 5 offer. Pretty awesome thing.
Yeah, I feel like I probably left something out. Like I definitely spent. You ask anybody from my junior college, I used to spend an hour a day DMing every school. Like you can name any school, Division 1 in the country. I would sit there DM all their player development, all the recruiting staff. Like I can check my Twitter DMs to this day. I used to DM them all, and so that passion, like for like none of them answering, like drove me into that season. Like I was like, okay, okay, I need to earn a starting spot. Like I was just gonna knock down these goals one by one, earn a starting spot, earn the trust of the coaches, and like you said, yeah, like I felt like my defensive coordinator, who was also my position coach, Coach Klanderman, had a lot of trust in me and allowed me to just play free and be myself. Like the very first game, like I wouldn't say I played the best game. Like I remember getting in trouble like one of the very first plays that we had even worked on. And I was just like, man, like, am I ready? And then like just talking to those older guys and coach, like, instilling that trust in me, I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go out and have fun," and like you said, yeah, I was just having fun all year, being able to come up with those stats. I wasn't even thinking about making a play, I was just thinking about doing my job within that play, and yeah, throughout time, I got to accumulate a decent amount of stats and have a lot of success that year.
When you go to a pretty high-end JUCO playing some of the more established JUCO teams in the country, you're probably seeing guys go places. And was that a helpful thing at first, even in 2020, just going to Tyler and seeing more people on your team and in some of the teams you're playing, guys like Diego still ended up being there the extra year,
Mhm.
but seeing guys that you're competing against wind up at places that you would want to see yourself at.
Yeah, like you said, growing up in Paris, like, people making it big wasn't really, like, a thing back then, so you didn't know, like, "Oh, can I do this?" Or was it just, like a thing people were saying? Like, it wasn't like a person that we had to look up to be like, "Oh, yeah, like, he made it, so I can do it," or, "He's able to do it, so I could do it." It was like us. So, yeah, like, going to that junior college, seeing guys in the conference that you're playing against or that you're working out with, and you're like, "Man, like, he's getting these offers, like, I definitely could do it." Like, it's not, like, shaming him, but it's just, like, giving you that hope, thinking that you could do it, which you can in theory. And so then, yeah, like Diego and Will Compton, there's all different types of guys that we went against that I would see get offers. And I was like, man, like that's what's up. Like, and then now, like at the college level, like at the P5 level, seeing them all, like when I was watching the Vandy game, I had forgot. I knew he committed there because we follow each other on Twitter, but I forgot. Like I was like, dang, that's Diego. That's crazy. And then people are like, who is this? Who is this? And I'm like, yeah, like he's been doing that. Like he's been like running offenses like this. So yeah, it's definitely like a hope thing that is what got me through for sure.
You weren't even able to play your freshman year at a D2 and you find yourself at
Yep.
JUCO trying to reestablish. What can you say to people in those shoes who are looking to move up?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is like comparison. Like I heard this quote a long time ago. Like my pops would tell me, my mom would tell me, like comparison literally is the thief of joy. Like you need to not only worry about yourself, but just worry about everything ahead of you. Like, because there's opportunities always gonna come. You just have to make the most of it, is what I would say, and just be ready when it does come. Like when I got hurt at Kansas State, a guy named Victor Payne came in, made a tremendous start, won, played the Big 12, started the Big 12 championship. Now look at him, he's doing great at Kansas State. Like stories like those, like is what I feel like make it most worth it. Like you just stand down until your opportunity finally comes around. And yeah, I would have never guessed if you were to tell me while I was at Commerce that I'd be in a couple years at Oregon, one of the starting safeties. I never would have guessed that. But so just yeah, just staying down. Like you really never know as long as you just make the most of your opportunity and not compare yourself to others.
It's amazing how oftentimes you might not ever end up at Oregon if it wasn't for all that adversity. But was it when you got to Kansas State, was it all those months and months of DMing coach after coach? Did you DM K-State or did K-State just find you after all that effort of the
I d-
DM?
I definitely DM K State. I know for a fact I DM'd every Power Five school in the country, so I definitely did.
No matter what you're trying to do, especially in our modern day, there's so many tools. This people are so accessible with all these different social media platforms and email addresses. And like it just shows in your case that you don't always get found where you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to go send something and they ended up, is that what resulted in Kansas State ultimately giving you a look and getting you on the roster?
Yeah, I mean, I remember I had DM'd, it was the recruiting, that the director of recruiting, and they had kind of like talked here, like they'll talk definitely back, and then it was kind of like a little conversation, but nothing like too like crucial for them to like offer or like make you feel like they're about to offer. So I kind of waited a while, and then they kind of like forced it, like forced like, oh yeah, like here's our number. Like when they give you the number, then it's like okay, now we're talking a little bit more. So yeah, I feel like it definitely initiated and got me on the radar, but. Yeah, the when they finally gave me the, number, they didn't lowball me or blackball me or anything like that, so, yeah, they definitely showed love after I DM'd them.
That's fantastic. And then you get there, was all these 3 years of just like hard work, being relentless to get into this place. Is that kind of what drove you to just show everything you could to get on the field? Because it's hard. I mean, they go find you, you're in camp. how do you get noticed when you get into a situation like that to be able to get in the field so quickly? Because I don't think I'd be shocked if their expectation when they signed you was Kobe's going to be starting for us on defense right away.
Oh, for sure. Like upon arrival, I didn't even know what safety position I was going to be playing. Because they had just had a guy go to the draft, but yeah, they had plenty of guys who had been there for years. They had a fifth year, they had a true junior who had played all 3 years there, started for them. They had a whole bunch of guys, so I was just like, whichever safety spot looks like the most available or like the most like opportunistic was the one I was gonna go for. So yeah, I didn't start like I didn't earn the starting job until like literally a week or the week of game week for South Dakota. That's when I finally earned it. And yeah, like you said, I just put in all the hard work and dedication. I just kept my head down and worked. I didn't worry about who was in front of me. I just worried about making the most plays that I could and showing the coaches who was the better player that day and just showing up day after day and just stacking those days. And I feel like that's what overall led me to becoming the starter for that season.
What was the moment at which you were at your lowest, and how did faith help you persevere through that? And then, secondly, what moment during your football career did you most feel that there was something greater working through you?
Yeah, lowest I'd say it would have been 2020. I just rolled my ankle, but we only played a couple games. I had no offers. I was just terrified. I thought I was gonna be stuck in JUCO or maybe start having to work a job, like not being able to finish my college career. And then the one where I just knew like there was something greater working was post injury ACL, like me being able to come back and just be out there, like just be out there again. It was just crazy. Like I remember the first time I could run around without my brace, I was literally running around practice just because I just felt free and like it's truly a blessing to be able to walk and be able to be healthy. And that's when I knew like it's not just me out there. It's somebody higher that's protecting me and making sure that I'm waking up and good every day. So that's when I fully knew and then this past year just put my whole faith into him and so yeah, it's been looking really good ever since.
And so it almost sounds to me like the gratitude that you were able to experience from the injury, having that be taken away from you, and then being back out there, that was almost a new upgraded version, if for no other reason than the sense that you got to just understand at a deeper level how easy it can be taken away and how lucky you are to get to play something that you love at such a high level.
Yeah, like you said, gratitude. It's like the sport of football is it's an amazing sport and I loved it. I played it all my life and like just it was taken away from me. So like just being able to get back out there and have the opportunity to play again was amazing. So like I'm just blessed to be able to do that and to still continue to be able to do that without being hurt.
What's one of your favorite Dylan Gabriel practice moments where he showed that kind of grit and competitiveness that you can tell us?
It was one fall camp practice we had, and he was like still trying to find his groove in the offense. And I remember like he yeah, like you said, like he wasn't really talking because he hadn't really found a groove. Like he was still trying to get comfortable. And he had threw like a touchdown in red zone lockout. It's a period we had like his offense versus defense. And you could just tell he was so excited. He like I'm probably not too much taller than him, but he's a shorter dude. And you just see like a little number 8 bouncing around. And I was calling him like mini, like micro Mariota, like turning him up. But yeah, he was
That's a funny nickname. Micro Mariota's
yeah,
that's
he
pretty
was
funny.
he was turned up. I be calling him stuff like that, like Micro Mariota, or like he looks kind of like Manny Pacquiao with his helmet off. But
That's
but
actually
yeah, that's my guy though. He was turned that day.
who's better gift to gab, Will Howard or Dylan Gabriel?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, huh. I'd say Dylan is like. Nah, I'm gonna give it to Dylan just because like we had skits during fall camp and like he was mocking one of the coaches, but it was just effortlessly, and it was like it was to the T, and then like obviously interview skills are good, but just like it was to the T. So I'm gonna have to give it to Dylan. But Will has the gift of gab too. Like he's a great talker and will like just knows how to like read crowds and stuff too. Yeah. So but definitely Dylan. They definitely both got it, but it's for sure Dylan.
Yeah, Will seems funny. Like Will seems like he's a low key funny dude.
Bro, he is. Will was arguably top two funniest last year team for sure.
Who is the other one?
A dude named Hayden Gillum. He was our center.
So that's a heck of a combo because he's taking
Yeah.
snaps from him.
Yeah, two funny dudes. Yeah.
I have to ask it, and it almost hit the buzzer without me getting asked this question. Do you remember any fun trash talk from Diego Pavia getting to play against him at Nimi a few times?
He definitely was a talker. Him and Dylan talked. I can't remember anything he said specifically to me. I remember I'll never forget this. I had a pick out of bounds, but it was like somebody jumped off side, so I just ran in the post, picked him off. And then I remember like jogging back and I can't remember what he said to me, but you can just when somebody like talking, like they jump
Yeah,
at you like that. And I look back and I see him on my shoulder, I just started laughing. But nah, he's my guy. We actually were texting the other day on Instagram, but nah, he's a good dude and even better football player.
he earned everything he's gotten at this
Yeah.
point. And Dylan was mouthing at Oklahoma too when you guys were going head to
Yes.
head.
Yeah, but it was a goal line stand we had. It was like third down. They threw a rub route and it was a blitz for me. And so I blitzed and I was trying to get him. I got him, but he got the ball out because he's left-handed, so he throws weird. And so I smacked him as hard as I could. And then he was laid on his back. And then I don't know how he did it, but he got my helmet off my head and was talking to me while I was on top of him. Like, so I was like, all right. But we ended up winning that game, so it was cool.
Always close with this. Just if you could manifest perfect rest of the season for you, what does it look like? What are you most looking forward to as you finish out your run at Oregon this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really gonna like look too far into stats, but just playing the best like ball I can, you know what I'm saying? Being the best version of me. And hopefully that ends in an undefeated season, with all the accolades that I want to achieve. But if not, I'm fine with that. I just want to be the best version of me, just play the best version of Kobe Savage that I can out there every snap and every game.